It's Starfield time, baby. So I played about 12 hours of Starfield, right? And I gotta
Mhm.
say, it's very okay. It's an okay game. I can see how mods will come in and like carry the game in the future, but as it is now, it's okay. There are aspects that are good, like they made a ship builder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they made a ship builder. Ship builder is pretty good, but like you're kind of restricted in the beginning. Little customization there. Uh, but people have been talking about how this has been the least buggy Bethesda game. I don't know
Mhm.
what the fuck they are talking about because every single time I have launched the game, I have experienced a different type of bug.
Yeah.
I've experienced a bug every time I've played it. And it's usually the audio will cut out,
Mhm.
so I'll just be running in silence. Um,
Classic.
Classic. The audio won't sync with the characters, so it'll either play before their animation has them talk,
Oh yeah, that's a classic Fallout 4
and,
issue as well.
um, sometimes they wouldn't even the animation wouldn't even play, so the audio would play with no animation. Um,
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes the models of like the guns will become a bunch of triangles for some reason. Um, there's so much more. Oh, so my favorite is when you're talking to somebody and you input a response and then it plays a different response to like I clicked continue the
Mhm.
conversation and for some reason the conversation ended.
Oh.
Uh
Weird.
yeah, shit it buffers sometimes, which I think that might just be my computer, but I don't I don't have a high end, I don't have a low end. I'm somewhere in the middle. Low end shouldn't be like stuttering. Like the game stops for a second and then it will play.
Mhm.
And then it's loading screens galore. Holy shit. You take off from a planet, it's a loading screen. You go into the map to set a course to the next planet that you're going to. It's a loading screen to fly there. You can't fly there yourself, but it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Um, I saw a thing that like Alana Pierce flew 7
Oh yeah,
hours
I
to
saw that.
Pluto, and she flew right through it. It's just shit like that. And it's like, how are people? Why are people like defending this game tooth and nail? I don't understand. I tried it. It's honestly a 5 out of 10 for me. That's the rate. That's the score I'm giving it. A 5 out of 10. Um,
How's the
so
story?
it's okay. You're basically gathering magic space rocks that
Mm-hmm.
go together. I got that far. I got shit. I did a bunch of side quest shit because I was getting bored with the main quest. Side quests are pretty good. I like the side quests, but that's if they don't glitch. The combat. Okay, Maury, have you ever been playing Fallout 4 and thought, hey, you know what would make this better? No VAT system? Then this is for you.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you actually have to
So
think of.
Fallout 76.
Kinda, yeah, you have to think about your decisions.
Um,
Mhm.
um, or you're fucked. Uh,
Yeah.
I got, but also, I don't know. I go back and forth with the combat because the enemies that are on the same level as you, if you just get that, they have a shotgun. If you get the shotgun out, run at them and just shoot them, it's just so fucking easy. But if you're fighting higher level dudes, it's more better. It's like more of a challenge, and you have to be like, okay, I gotta switch to this gun. I gotta switch to my rail gun. I gotta, oh shit, this gun's out of ammo. Gotta switch over to this one. You gotta like think about it. So I they just need to balance it better, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it seems like they didn't think about human ingenuity, and
Yeah.
that is something they should always consider. Oh, if someone's just gonna brute force this, which is that's my grade A style.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think what is that? I think Bethesda has strayed further and further away from their origins. I think they they started making RPGs, right? And then it just slowly every single game is further and further away from RPG
Mm-hmm.
to just open world shooter.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain my score. So they lost 3 points for all of the glitches.
Okay.
And they lost 1 point because.
Is this out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already said it earlier, but
Okay.
So they lost 3 points because of the glitches. They're losing 1 point because No Man's Sky. How long ago did No Man's Sky came out, Maury? Like that was like what 6 years ago?
Yeah, it was probably like 2016, I think.
Yeah. So a game that came out in 2016 had There's similar mechanic. You really can't compare these two a lot, but you can compare the mechanics that accomplish similar things, like taking off from a planet, landing on a planet, running around a planet, and going inside of buildings. You can compare those, and
Mhm.
No Man's Sky handles each one better. In No Man's Sky, you can take off from a planet and land on a planet with no loading screen. You can fly in atmosphere and no loading screen with walking into buildings, which is huge. But for this one, it's like you take off from one planet, loading screen. You fast travel to the other planet, loading screen. You land on that planet, loading screen. You fast travel to the building you want to go to, loading screen. You walk into the building you want to go to, another loading screen. You do the shit you want to do, and you leave, another loading screen. Like what? What was that? 6 loading screens?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And another thing I saw that made me drop it from a 6 to a 10 was from a 6 to a 5. That's the American education system right there, Bobby. From a 6 to a 5. I saw a thing where these modders went through the files of the game and they found like this code, like this one thing that if they would have changed it, if Bethesda would have just changed it, the game would have run better on everyone's computers.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's minus a point.
I've heard of that happening before.
I was like, that optimize your game. That's minus a point. Ridiculous. I've been shit talking this game on Twitter, and I was right. I was 100% right. I'm gonna stop playing because I don't. It's very okay. I'm gonna wait until mods come, then I'll try again.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair review, in my opinion.
I think play it.
I think your game should be good on its own without mods.
Yes, I think if Bethesda listened to their consumers and did all the changes, I think it could be a pretty decent game.
They're not gonna do that though. They never.
Well, no, but in a real world, no, they won't. But you know, you could hope.
One can hope.
But at least there's mods to make it better, you know.
Yeah.
Also, there's no DLS. What was it like?
DLSS.
Yeah, they cut a deal with AMD. So there's no DLS, which is like, why would you do that to yourself? You're shooting yourself in your foot there, champ.